Hi there, welcome folks. This is a Vinyasa Hatha Yoga flow today. Kind of more on the power flow range, but we will be modifying things down if you need to. So all you need today is a mat and some space to move. If you have a strap, wonderful, but if you don't, you can always use a belt or a tea towel. Same thing with a block. If you got a block, great, but you can always substitute with something else that will work. And make sure that you have a pillow as well, and let's get going. So starting here, in our neutral parallel position, our Tadasana, our strong mountain pose. Now again, this is individual to everybody. Maybe today you feel like you need a wide, stable base of support and you widen those feet. Or maybe you're looking for that traditional Tadasana. You connect the big toes and then click the heels together. You extend the palms and bend the knees right out over the ankles. This is your traditional Tadasana. Maybe you'd like to be somewhere in the middle and you bring those feet hip width apart. Wherever you're at, let's go ahead and get started by just bending those knees. Making sure that you start to push into all parts, all corners of your feet, and spread your toes along the floor. A little bit of space between each and every toe, and start to engage with not only those intrinsic foot muscles, but as you push your feet in the floor, start to feel the entire lower body light up. Most importantly, those glutes. Turn them on and make sure that they're helping you rotate your knees out over your ankles. Go ahead and hold that knee bend, pushing into the floor, finding that grounding, that centering here. And then we're just going to roll the shoulders up, send them back, and then slide and glide them down. Let's try that one more time. Roll the shoulders up, send them back, and then slide and glide those shoulder blades down. Gently pulling the shoulder blades towards each other, but not enough to lift the chest. Keep the chest panel straight forward. Then from here, we're going to lengthen that spine. Kind of pull it up to the top of your head, up and out of your hips. Again, keep your chest panel neutral. Then take your palms and find the sides of your ribs here, and gently guide those ribs in a little bit towards each other. Slide the hands down. Find those lower abs, those lower obliques, and push out here. So pull in here, push out here. Last but not least, you're going to find the sits bones. Those are deep, the base of your glutes, those are your ischium bones. Just going to gently nudge them in towards each other. This is going to help you turn on the pelvic floor, which is a vital component of your breath mechanisms, core, and spinal stability. Once you've connected all those dots, take a big, deep lateral breath. Inhale. Allow the rib cage to expand with the lungs, the diaphragm, let that pelvic floor descend, and then exhale. Again, inhale. Fill yourself up here, and then exhale. We're working on decompressing, expanding, opening up. And then out. Let's do one more. Deepest breath you can muster, your deep cleansing breath in through the nose, and then strong exhale out through the mouth. Inhale. And then exhale. Go ahead and extend those palms. Shoulders down and back. Ribs in. Obliques out. Sits bones in. Pushing your feet in the floor. Use your glutes. Keep your knees right out over your ankles. And then just start to gently roll into those shoulder systems. Take it slow to start. And again, you can always modify this to fit your framework. Everybody's unique. Everyone's different. Nobody's framework is the same. So something that works for someone else may not necessarily work for you, and that is okay. Uniqueness is a beautiful thing. Maybe you start to pick this up just a little. Press your palm back. Stretch your pectoral muscles here. Just 4. Just 3. Keep pushing your feet in the floor, spreading your toes, pushing out all corners of the feet. One more right here. And then let's breathe it up. Inhale. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale. And again, inhale. And then exhale. Keep going. Breathe it up. Breathe it down. Again. Keep going here. You can stay right here. If that low back is triggering in any way, stay here with that Urdhva Hastasana. But if that back is feeling pretty good, let's go ahead and find a hinge. Hinging at the hips, tight core, long spine, chest is forward, glutes are back and down, knees over ankles. Again, no rounding, no curving of that spine. Really important to remember to engage the glutes to keep the knees tracking right out over your ankles and keeping that chest shining directly forward. Let's go for 3 more right here. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more, in and out. Last one, we got it, in and out. Urdhva Hastasana, shoulders down and back. Ribs in, obliques out, sits bones in. Push your feet in the floor. Once you feel that strong connection, draw your shoulder blades together. Take a big deep breath. Inhale. And then exhale. Reach your palms together into Anjali Mudra. Again, with Anjali Mudra, you spread the fingers out, push those palms towards each other, and then the thumbs just meet at your sternal panel. You're going to feel an activation in those wrists, those intrinsic hand muscles. If you have arthritis, it's going to feel pretty good. Take a breath. Inhale. And exhale. Again, you can stay right here. Practice on finding that engagement, pushing your feet in the floor, and activating the entire body. Or down and back, ribs in, obliques out, sits bones in, hinge. Hinge, long spine, tight core, hips go down. With those glutes, knees over your ankles, chest is forward, long line from the crown of the head to the tailbone. Lengthen each and every part of that vertebral column and hold. This is Utkatasana, or fierce, aka also known as chair. Take a big deep breath. Inhale and exhale. Let's go ahead and find a flow. In and out. Keep breathing. Now, vinyasa simply means to move and to breathe together. That sounds simple, but in reality, it can be anything but. So, keep yourself mindful here. Remember, we're practicing mindful mobility, powerful mobility. So, push your feet in the floor. Feel that engagement, that leverage against that floor. Inhale and exhale. We're going to go for 4 more. Inhale it up. Exhale. If this irritates your back in any way, ditch it. Stand tall and work that Urdhva Hastasana, just the upper body, the arms. Last one right here. Inhale and exhale. All right, bring it down. Down and back, ribs in, obliques out, sits bones in. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Sink it low if you can. Lift it up if you need to. For 5. Just 4. Maybe shift your weight forward a little here. 3, 2, and 1. Back to Tadasana. Go ahead, shake it out. You've been in that position for a little while. And then restore, reset. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, bringing it all back down. Let's find horse pose. It's going to come back here. Horse pose. You slightly externally rotate from the hips. Glutes are in control here. If your tendency is to go here, I need you to rein it in. It's just a slight amount of turn out. Down and back, ribs in, obliques out, sits bones in. Arms, we're going to go into a T, so extend that wingspan. Soften the elbows, and then weight your arms. Pull them down, and push them up at the same time. Find that engagement. And then using your glutes, keep your knees pushing out of your ankles as you slide down the back of that imaginary wall into your horse pose. Push with the glutes. Push those knees open. Don't let them knock in. Take a big deep breath. Inhale. And exhale. We're going to find goddess flow. Urdhva Hastasana. And then flow into that goddess flow. Push your feet in the floor. You can turn out your feet a little bit more if need be. Keep going. Inhale and then exhale. You can reverse the breath pattern. Just 3 more. In. Last 2. Last one right here. Big breath in. And then out. Hold. Down and back. Ribs in. Obliques out. Sits bones in. Use your glutes. Push your knees out of your ankles for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Go ahead and shake that off. Take another restore, reset. Inhale. And exhale. All right. Grab your strap. Again, this is optional. You can use a belt. Any type of strap-like object will do. But we're just going to find ourselves back into that horse pose. Down and back, ribs in, obliques out, sits bones in. Use your glutes. Push your knees out of your ankles and slide down the back of that imaginary wall. Now your strap, or whatever you're using for a strap, right out in front. Soften the elbows, and then pull. Pull on that strap, pull on it. Find deep engagement in the entire body by pushing your feet on the floor and pulling on that strap. Shoulders down and back, squeeze the shoulder blades together, feeling your lats slide up. Maybe a little lower, take a breath. Inhale, and exhale, we're gonna find a flow. Ready? Let your hands slide along as you come up and find a pectoral opener. So pec minor, pec major, those pec muscles right here. And then back you go, down. So connect the breath. Inhale, exhale down. You can always reverse it. Inhale, exhale down. Deep lateral breathing. In. That means you expand, you open up, you let that belly push forward and out to the side. Keep going. We're going to do 4 more. Inhale and exhale. Last 2. Keep it steady. Push those feet on the floor. Spread your toes along the floor. Last one. Here we go. Got some yoga cats joining us today. Now at the top, hold steady. Maybe you're able to deepen this stretch. Push your feet on the floor. Go a little farther if you can. Back off if you need to. For 10, 9. Don't hyperextend those elbows. Keep them slightly relaxed. Just 7, 6. Keep it down a little more. 5, 4, 3. Almost there. 2, and 1. Okay. Go ahead and shake that off and come back to Tadasana. This time folding your strap or strap-like object in half. Down and back, ribs in, obliques out, sits bones in. Bend those elbows, and then here we go. We're going to lift it up. Inhale, exhale, draw the shoulders down. Lengthen your neck, your cervical spine. So it's a feeling of lengthening from that push of your feet on the floor all the way up through the top of your head. Then once you've got it, pull. Pull on your strap and push into the floor. We're going to find lateral spinal bend. I'm going to go ahead and widen my stance out here, widen my grip. Just side to side. Now, bonus here, yeah, you're working pecs, lats, but additionally, the intrinsic muscles of the spine. You're really getting one in particular called the multifidus. It runs up and down the vertebrae. That particular muscle is working really well right here. So find a little more engagement. Push your feet a little bit more into the floor. Spread your toes. Lengthen your spine up. Engage the core. Ribs in, obliques out, sits bones in, and keep going. Inhale. Exhale. Just 3 right here. Just 2. And give me one more. And then bring it down. All right. Go ahead and shake it off. I'm going to turn on our timer here. I neglected to turn that on before I started class. Okay. So from here, we're going to go ahead and find Surya Namaskara classical flow. Now this is one of the longest sun salutations. If you're familiar with it, feel free to go at your own pace. I will have her demonstrate this very slow. So finding the edge of your mat, find your Tadasana. Down and back, ribs in, obliques out, sits bones in, soften the knees out over the ankles, engage everything here. Then Urdhva Hastasana, inhale, and then exhale, here we go, swan dive. Now you can grab a block. I'm using a foam roller here, and that will work just as well. And from your swan dive, you can just kind of establish yourself right here. Shift the weight forward, and then try to bring your glutes down a little more. Knees over ankles, tight calf core, long spine, chest is forward, shoulders down back, squeeze your shoulder blades together. You can stay here. If you need to work on making sure that the shoulders don't round or the back rounds, this may be a good place to stay. And then, oh, that didn't work. Excuse me, folks. That one did not turn on the way I'd hoped. Okay, let's try this one. All right, so from your Ardha Uttanasana, from that swan dive, bring it down, shoulders down back, then elbows hug them in, ribs in, obliques out, sits bones in, your gaze is forward. So drishti point, gazing point is straight forward. Take a breath, inhale, and then exhale again. You can stay here. If your tendency is to round your spine, you might find it helpful to stay here and work on not rounding the spine. But if you're able, willing, maybe you find Uttanasana, your deep forward fold. Again, you can keep your aid here. Maybe you don't need it. Maybe you bring your hands to the floor. But remember, do not push it. Don't force it. If bringing your hands to the floor does not work, go back to using an aid here. Spread those fingers along the floor. Spread your toes along the floor. Soften the knees. Relax the quads. And extend. Melt into your Uttanasana. Big deep breaths. Deep cleansing breaths. Inhale. And exhale. And again. Inhale. And exhale. Just one more. Deepest breath you can muster right here. Relax the head and neck. Again, bend the elbows, hug them in. Shoulders are down back. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Relax your core a little bit here and allow for deeper breathing. Inhale. And exhale. All right, from here, we're going to find Ardha Uttanasana. So an option that you might explore is to take your aid again and go right back here. Or you can find option B, which is to tent the fingertips, shift the weight forward, shoulders down, back, bend the elbows, hug them in, ribs in, obliques out, sits, bones in, and find Ardha Uttanasana here. Gaze will be forward, take a breath, inhale, and then exhale, melt back into your Uttanasana, relaxing the head and neck, bend the elbows, hug them in, shoulders down and back, squeeze your shoulder blades together, shift your weight forward, and push your feet in the floor. Remember the knees, the quads are relaxed, the hamstrings, the calves are stretching. Big deep breath, inhale. Expansive lateral breath, exhale. All right, you can stay here a little bit longer if you'd like to. Or join me walking this out carefully and adjusting into your Adho Mukha Svanasana, your downward facing dog. Press your heels down as much as you can. It's okay if they don't meet the mat or the floor. Lift your glutes up high, up toward the ceiling, bend the elbows, hug them in. Relax the head and neck. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Tighten, pack the core here. Inhale. And exhale. All right, one more big deep breath. Inhale. And exhale. Okay, from here, Vinyasa down flow. We're gonna take it slow. So walk it out into a plank. Now you can always go right into a child's pose instead if that's gonna work better for you. Or stay in your plank. Shoulders down and back, bend the elbows, hug them in. Soften the knees, squeeze the glutes, lift the hips slightly, tighten, pack the core. Squeeze the shoulder blades together as you draw those shoulder blades down. Tighten the lats. All the muscles are turned on, but your joints are neutral. They're being supported by those muscles. Shift the weight forward a little more and hold. 15, 14, 13, breathe through this chaos. 12, 11, soften your knees, 10, 9, almost there, 8, drishti point is forward towards the ground, 7, at your gazing point where your eyes are, 6, 5, just 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, let your elbows scrape your sides as you come on down through chaturanga, and then everybody, go ahead and find your navrasana, your crocodile. Big deep breath, inhale, exhale. Now there are a few contraindications for any type of prone position. If you have heart issues, this is not a good idea. If that's the case, bring yourself into a child's pose and hang out there. But if you're doing okay, maybe you extend forward a little bit more. Switch those elbows forward and try to lengthen through your neck and your cervical spine. Big deep breath, inhale, exhale. Now you can really feel the spread of the ribs against your mat here in this prone position. So spread those ribs. Here we go. Inhale. Engage all parts of that core musculature, and then exhale. All right. Back that core on, ribs in, obliques out, sits, bones in. And then we're going to extend our hands forward. Now, shoulders down and back, and then push your palms into the floor and lift your gaze. If this is enough spinal extension, I want you to stay here. This is what I like to call a baby bhujangasana. If this is good, stay here. Spinal extension is not for everybody. And then press the palms into the mat if you'd like a little bit more, right by your chest. Shoulders down and back, hug your elbows in, Activate the core, ribs in, obliques out, sit bones in. Take a breath. Inhale, lift, inhale, then at the top, exhale. Now, note about this. The hips are not resting against the mat. Use your upper body to lift and support that spinal extension. The core is still tight and active. Maybe your drishti point goes straight up to the ceiling and you get a deeper stretch in the hip flexors, in the abdominals. Inhale here. And then exhale it back down. All right. Couple more options. Shoulders down, back, then elbows hug them in, ribs in, obliques out, sits bones in. Flex your toes. Option A would be to bring yourself back into Balasana Child's Pose, connecting the big toes and turning the knees out and hanging out there. Your second option would be to come back to your Chaturanga Dandasana. Hug your elbows in, shoulders down and back, gazes forward, flex those toes, put your hands into the mat, ribs in, obliques out, sits bones in. Take a breath. Inhale, exhale, through Chaturanga, up into your plank. Then everybody meet back into your Adho Mukha Shavasana, downward facing dog. Adjust it as needed. Remember, there's 3, maybe 4 feet between your hands and your toes. Press those heels down as much as you can and lift your glutes. Bend the elbows, hug them in. Shoulders down and back. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Relax the head and neck. Another deep breath. Inhale. And exhale. Okay. Looking at that right foot. Allow it to rise with the right leg, of course. Now remember, we're not after a super high leg here. What that's going to do is just dump into your low back. I want you to bring the leg lower. And instead of dumping into that low back, I want you to find the muscles of the leg. Flex the foot, those calves turn on, relax the knee, turn on the quads, glutes, hamstrings, the adductors, the upper inner thighs. Take a breath in your three-legged dog. Inhale, exhale, and then carefully inch it through until you find your Anjaneyasana. Pause here for a moment. Shoulders down and back, ribs in, obliques out, sits bones in. Lengthen the spine as tall as you can up out of your hips. Now, really important to remember, the knee is going to line up directly with the ankle. Really try hard not to push the knee over the toes. Arms up, shoulders down and back, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Now, you may find that you get a deep enough stretch in the hip flexors on the left side simply by kind of tugging those left glutes under a little. But if you need a little bit more, drape down with that right hand, and with your left, tilt towards the right. Shoulders down and back, ribs in, obliques out, sits bones in. Maybe you lean it back. Find a little extension in the spine, but support it with the core. Take a breath, inhale. And counting down for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Carefully maneuver from your Anjaneyasana back into your Adho Mukha Shavasana. We have another Vinyasa down flow. So back here, inhale, exhale, go to child's pose, or right back to your Balakasana, your plank. Down and back, bend the elbows, hug them in, soften the knees, squeeze the glutes. Lift those hips, lengthen out, shift your way forward. Squeezing the shoulder blades together, tightening, packing up the lats, the core. Turn on the muscles, but neutralize the joints for 10 this time. 9, just 8, 7, push on the floor. 5, or sorry, I forgot 6, 6, then 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, through Chaturanga, all the way down, let your elbows scrape your sides, and then right from here, into that extension. Remember, you can go here, or find the full extension down and back, when the elbows hug them in, tighten back the core, inhale, all the way up, maybe lengthen that drishti point, then exhale, all the way back down. Okay, option A, go to Balasana, child's pose. Option B, down and back, when the elbows hug them in, ribs in, obliques out, sits bones in, inhale, exhale, right through here, and then back into your Adho Mukha Shavasana. Okay, we're getting there. I know this is a very long sun salutation. Press your heels down, lift your glutes, and then the elbows hug them in, shoulders down and back. Squeeze those shoulder blades together, and then looking at that left foot. Go ahead and flex it. Knee toes pointing to the ground. Again, not dumping into the lumbar spine. Activate the quads, the glutes, the hamstrings, and then bring it through inch by inch until you find your Anjaneyasana. Relax that right foot. Take a moment, big breath, inhale, And exhale. You can always go to rider's pose right here. And again, maybe it's enough just to tuck those right glutes under just a little to stretch the hip flexors. But if you're needing more, reach that right arm up. Keep the shoulder down. And then tilting through the torso over to the left. Now you can lean it back a little bit deeper. Big deep breaths. Inhale. Knee over ankle. Exhale. 4, 3. Hello, hip flexors. 2, and 1. Carefully bringing it back into your Adho Mukha Shavasana. All right, here we go. Down the back, bend the elbows, tuck it in. Press the heels down to lift the glutes. Relax the knees. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to stay here for 10 long counts. 10. Lift your glutes up. 9. 8. Just 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. Relax the quads, the knees. Let the hamstring stretch. The calves. 2. And 1. All right, from here you got an option. Option A is to walk the feet in towards the hands. Other option, if you so like to, is to jump. And then everybody meet into your Utkatasana, your fierce. Down and back, ribs in, obliques out, sits bones in, chest is forward, spine is long. Long line from the crown of the head to the tailbone. Lengthen up each and every vertebrae from the coccyx all the way out through C1. This atlas bone at the top of your cervical spine. Then hold here. Maybe you can drop those glutes a little bit lower, but don't do this. Don't tilt the chest to the floor. Keep it forward. Take a big deep breath. Inhale. And then exhale. Now we're going to focus on using the musculature of the legs, the glutes, the core, not the back to lift ourselves up. Here we go. Inhale. And then exhale. Well done. Extend into your Tadasana. This is Samasthiti, your ending posture. Take another breath. Inhale. And exhale. All right. Well done. So that is your classical sun salutation, Surya Namaskara. Now here, if you like, you can use your block-like object. I've got a foam roller here. And we're going to move into our warrior series. So this is warrior 1 into warrior 3 into something called Ardha Chandrasana, balancing half moon. So let's find our Tadasana. Knees over ankles, push your feet in the floor, lift up that spine, shoulders down and back, ribs in, obliques out, sits bones in, Urdhva Hastasana, inhale, and exhale to Anjali Mudra, right to heart center, down and back, squeeze those shoulder blades together, push your palms together. You're going to feel the biceps and triceps light up. Then you're going to take back that right leg, right foot. Now, it doesn't have to go particularly far. Maybe this is enough, a few inches. Maybe you really want to get into this and you find a deeper crescent lunge. Soften that right knee, push into the left, and shift your weight forward into that left side. Down and back again. Tighten back the core, tighten back the shoulder systems. I want you to feel heat build in that left glute structure. Take a breath right here. Inhale and exhale. Now hold. Let that heat build. You got it. For 5, 4, 3. Let that heat build in the entire body. Push your palms together, push that foot in the floor, pop that right foot. Just 2 and 1. Okay, from here let's find Virabha Vajrasana 1, warrior 1. So you're going to allow that back foot to turn out at an angle. But note the hips do not shift as you do this. The hips are going to stay squared and boxed to the front. Soften that back knee, push your feet in the floor. Option, lift up here or keep them at Anjali Mudra. Down and back, ribs in, obliques out, sits bones in. This is Virabha Vajrasana 1, warrior 1. Take a breath, inhale, exhale, more heat building, let it build. And then you can stay here. Or maybe you'll launch right into a warrior 3. Now spiral that right hip in, and maybe you flex the foot here, knee toes point to the ground, and maybe this is enough. Maybe you go here for your warrior 3. Maybe you extend it and do a tabletop position. Your spine is long and straight. You can stay here or you can use a support right here. This is good too. Again, the hip is spiraled in, knee toes pointing to the ground. Find where you need to be, long through the neck. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Go back to your support. Bring it down. Take a breath. Inhale. Exhale. And shake it out. Because we're going to find that Ardha Chandrasana. Ready? Balancing half moon. Inhale. And exhale. Down and back. Ribs in. Obliques out. Sits bones in. Take back that right foot again. Toes are touching the floor. So make sure you spiral the hip in. And then here we go. Again, it doesn't have to be a lot. Flex the foot. Or go all the way back into Warrior 3 for Virabhadrasana 3. Maybe you grab hold of your support. And then you sweep it up. So you're going to open the hip here. Make sure that that left knee is soft. You're not jamming into it. Instead, turn on the quads, the glutes, the hamstrings, and lift that leg. Flex the foot. Maybe you bind this. You reach that right arm right around. Gazes forward. You can stay here, or maybe you find a full-on balancing posture. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, go ahead and take it out. That's Ardha Chandrasana, balancing half moon. Here we go. Inhale and exhale. We're going to go to the other side. Down and back, ribs in, obliques out, sits bones in. Now first finding crescent lunge. Maybe, here it is, just a few inches behind. Maybe you adjust this so you've got a longer stride here. Pop that back foot, soften the left knee, bend the right knee so it lines up directly with the right ankle. Engage your biceps, triceps, shoulder systems, press your palms together. Take another breath, inhale, and exhale. Okay, shift your weight forward. Let's feel that heat building this time in the right glute structure. Let it build. 5, 4, just 3, just 2, and 1. Okay, if you're happy here, you can stay here. Or join me in finding that Warrior 3. All right, so you're gonna find a little bit of a launch here. Flex the foot, spiral the hip in, elbow glutes, turn them on. Ribs and obliques out, sits bones in, and then here we go. I'm gonna keep my hands in Anjali Mudra this time, but if you want to, you of course can find a support object. A wall will work. Maybe your hands are pressed against a wall here, or lifting back here, squeeze those shoulder blades together, lengthen the spine, keep breathing. Warrior 3, Virabhadrasana 3, from Warrior 1, Virabhadrasana 1, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, go ahead and shake that off before we find that Ardha Chandrasana. Here we go. Inhale and exhale. Down and back, ribs in, obliques out, sits bones in. Take back that left foot again, spiral it in, flex the foot, and then here we go. Again, grab your support object right here, and then you may find that you have one side that's a little harder. For me, it's this side for sure. And that's normal. We all have a dominant side. So give yourself a little bit of grace. It's okay to wobble. It's okay to fall over. Struggle is where strength is found. Boy, am I struggling with this one today. So keep going. Find that Ardha Chandrasana. Lift the leg. And maybe you bind it right here. Open up. 4, 3, 2, and then 1. Okay, that side was a struggle for me. You may find that you are also the same, having a dominant side. Restore, reset, inhale, and then exhale. Down and back, ribs in, obliques out, sits bones in. Okay, wiggle it out. Remove your block / support object here, and then come on down into quadruped. Okay, so from quadruped, let's go ahead and establish this first. Down and back, bend elbows, have them in, ribs in, obliques out, sits bones in. Shift your weight forward, tighten pec core here, tighten pec shoulder systems, big deep breath. Inhale and exhale. You're pushing into the floor. Maybe you flex your toes and you push back a little to stretch through your feet. Take another deep breath. Inhale and exhale. All right, from here, Balasana, child's pose. Connect your big toes, turn your knees out, reach your hands forward, pull your tailbone back, and relax melt into your balasana, your child's pose. Maybe you rest your forehead on top of the mat. Maybe you rest your forehead on top of your forearms and just kind of squinch those elbows out a little more. Big deep breaths, deep cleansing breath pattern. Inhale and exhale. Just 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, come on up here. Now, if you have a pillow, or maybe a small Pilates ball or a weighted ball, go ahead and grab that. Pillow will work just fine, or any type of cushion, but I'm going to use this weighted Pilates ball. And you're going to place that between the upper inner thighs, the adductors, not the knees, the upper inner thighs. Then we're going to come on down here into a forearm position. So maybe you shift that weight forward, keep squeezing that ball together, maybe flex the toes, down the back, then the elbows hug them in, ribs in, obliques out, suspends in. Now we're going to keep that adductor action going, so that squeeze of the upper inner thighs, while we find cat-cow. So we're going to mobilize the spine here. So allow that spine to sway. This is deep spinal extension. Also, this is anterior pelvic tilt. And while most of the time we want a nice neutral pelvis, in this particular flow, having that pelvis tilt is going to help you open up that low back and mobilize the spine. And then from here, you're going to move into your deep spinal flexion. This is posterior pelvic tilt. So just kind of find a nice slow flow here. Remember, this is about power. So push your feet into the floor, push your palms into the floor, push your elbows into the floor. If you find that you don't like this, you can always go right back up to having the palms pressing into the floor instead. Squeeze the pillow ball, whatever you're using here to activate those adductors, and keep going. Now this particular flow mobilizes the spine. It does that by opening up the spinal cord, reducing the viscosity in your spine. So what that means, it allows the spinal fluid to move freer. Inhale and exhale. So cat-cow in Sanskrit is Vidalasana right here. This is your spinal extension. And Marjarayasana when you flex the spine. 2 more. Squeeze your pillow or your ball. Inhale and exhale. All right, just 1 more big breath. And then out. All right, go ahead and ditch whatever that is you were using. And then come right back here to your quadruped. Shoulders down, back, bend the elbows, hug them in, ribs in, obliques out, sits bones in. Now your drishti point, your gazing point is straight forward. Push your palms into the mat. Again, elbows, don't let them splay out. Bend them and hug them in. Get your triceps to really turn on here and help protect the elbow joints, along with those biceps and forearm muscles. Take a big deep breath, inhale, and then exhale. Moving into an Anahatasana flow. This is also known as puppy dog or Shoshasana. So we're going to bring the hands out pretty far here. Go ahead. Go as far as you can. And then send your tailbone back. Bring that chest to the floor if you can. It's okay if you're lifted up. You can use a block or some sort of support. We're not going to be here long. You can flex your toes and stretch into those feet. Just 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now carefully lift on out of that and bring yourself kind of back in a little bit, but not all the way in. Then you're going to take that left arm out, walk the right arm out, and you're going to find Anahatasana. Same way, but you have that left arm out to the side and the right arm forward. Take a big deep breath. Inhale, exhale. Stretching the pecs, the lats, those shoulder systems for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now carefully maneuver yourself back in, right back here to quadruped. Up, back down, bend the elbows, tuck them in, ribs in, obliques out, sits bones in. We're going to do the other side. So walk it out kind of halfway. You're going to take that right arm out, left arm forward, and bring it back. So you're kind of making a 45-degree angle here. Square hips, breathe. Inhale, then exhale. Go a little deeper for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring this arm in first and then support yourself as you come up. All right, roll those shoulders from quadruped, rolling them back. Just 4, 3, kind of like a push-up plus here. 2, and then 1 more. All right, hug the elbows in, shoulders down to back, ribs in, obliques out, sit bones in. Take a big breath. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to take that right palm and place it at the sacrum. Now bend your left elbow, hug it in. You're going to open up. Remember, as you do this, do not allow your hips to shift. They're not going to open with you. You're going to open up through the shoulder system. So press your elbow back. You're going to open up through the laps, the torso, but not the hips. The low back will not twist. So that hand here is to remind you not to twist. Open up, take a big deep breath, inhale, and exhale, and then bring it back down. Child's pose. Connect your big toes, turn your knees out. Find your balasana, maybe relax into it right here, and breathe for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, from there, folks, we're going to bring it right back here to that quadruped. Shoulders down to back, bend the elbows, hug them in, ribs in, holding out, sits bones in. You can flex your toes here to stretch your feet or keep them relaxed. Shift your weight forward, take a big deep breath. Okay, bend that right elbow, hug it in. You're going to take the left, right at the sacrum, and start by keeping your shoulders square, hips square, so kind of like a square box here. Lift the elbows up, and then you're just going to shift that box a little. But there is no shift in the hips or the low back. So use your glutes, your quads, your hamstrings, your core to support and keep the rest of the body in line as you open up through your shoulder systems, through your lats, your pecs. For 5, 4, almost there. Just 3, a little more, 2, and 1. Back to your child's pose, your balasana, wherever you need to be. And then hold, I'm going to adjust a little bit more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Yoga with cats. Always an adventure, folks. Luckily, they're being pretty good today. That's not always the case. So back here, we're going to move into something called Vigrasana or tiger. Now, there's a couple options for this. I'm going to show you the first option here. So coming back down to your forearms, down and back, ribs in, obliques out, sits bones in. Now adjust it as needed, and then you're going to take that right leg up. Now squeeze that right heel towards your right glutes, and then try to lift up. You may feel a nice deep stretch in your quads here, and maybe, folks, this is enough. If you tend to really hyperextend that low back, or your wrists are aching, stay here. But if you'd like a little bit more, and you'd like to find full expression of Vigrasana, you're going to push into that right palm, push into the left palm, and then bend the left elbow, hug it in, and then here we go. We're going to take that left arm over to the right ankle, try to square your shoulders, down and back, bend elbow, hug them in, ribs in, obliques out, sits bones in, grab the ankle, and then lift it up. Gazes forward. This is Vigrasana or tiger. Drishti point straight forward towards the floor, so not up. Down to align that cervical spine. Lift it up as much as needed. Inhale, or go back to that first option. We're going to hold this one for 10, 9, just 8, hello quads, 7. If it doesn't feel good, ditch it. You can always find child's pose. 6, 5, 4, almost there, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, here we go. We're going to roll it out. Couple hip circles here. And then go the other way. All right, other side. So start here. Shift the weight forward, down and back, bend the elbows, hug them in. Press your palms into that, ribs and obliques out, sits bones in. You may need to adjust here a little bit. And then bring up that left. Hug it in, that left heel, and push up that heel. This may be enough. Uh-oh, someone let the orange menace out. I had him vanished. Oh dear. Okay, so lifting up, you can stay right here or go right back up to here. And the elbow hug them in, shoulders down the back, ribs in, obliques out, sits bones in. And then maybe you lift, and then careful, pushing into both ribs, hugging both elbows in. And you're gonna take right hand to that left ankle. Try to square your box up here. Square the shoulders, square the hips, lift it up. Breathe. Drishti point is forward. Again, you may find you have another side that's just a little harder than that other. It's called having a dominant side. Most of us do. Keep breathing. You got this. Tight core to support the spine. A little bit of spinal extension here. Again, you can always go back down to the forearms. For 10, 9, 8, you want to stay there, 7, to 6, 5, 4, try to point that knee down towards the ground, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. All right, that's Vajrasana or Tiger. Go ahead and roll out your wrists a couple times, roll it out, shake it out, wiggle out any of that stress or tension. And then we're going to come on down into a supine position. All right, a little closer here. Okay, so I'm coming on down here. Supine position, so onto your back. Relax the shoulders, relax your hips, relax your core, rib cage, and start to find some deep breathing. Back to that deep cleansing breath, palms. You can come down to the floor and face up. Inhale. Exhale. I want you to allow your spine to breathe. Our spine becomes compressed when we stand, sit, basically move. There's gravity working against that spine. But in this position, on your back like this, supine, there is no gravity, no compressive, no shear forces working against the vertebrae. So they can completely relax and decompress. And I want you to feel that here. So breathe it out. Inhale. And exhale. No stress, no tension, especially in the spine. Ribs in, obliques out, sits bones in. Let's get that core to activate here. And then I want you to let the core go. Relax it. Feel the difference between an active core and a relaxed core. Because you don't always want to keep your core tight. There's moments you do want it to relax, and this is one of them. So relax it. Again, big deep breath, let your belly push out to the sides along with the rib cage, diaphragm, pelvic floor. Inhale. Feel your lungs up. Exhale. All right. Let's talk about that spine. It's my favorite subject. So, from the very bottom there, that coccyx, that tailbone, it's part of your vertebral column. Traveling up, you've got the sacrum. Now, both the coccyx and the sacrum are mostly fused. They don't move a lot. The only thing that they really do is they do something called nutation, where they kind of bob up and down when you walk, but they don't like to twist. Moving up, you have got 5 lumbar vertebrae. These can be troublesome for a lot of people. Lots of damage, lots of vulnerability in that lumbar spine. Keep in mind, your lumbar spine does not like to twist. Moving up, you have 12 thoracic vertebrae. These are your twisters, your movers. These vertebrae are designed with the torso, the core, to twist and move when you run, skip, jump, walk. Moving up, you have the cervical vertebrae. There are 7. And again, these do not like to twist. The very top 2, C1, C2, the atlas and the axis, are big, thick vertebrae, and they help you to hold up your head and move and maneuver the neck. So considering all parts of that vertebral column, take a big deep breath. Inhale. And exhale. Release any stress, any tension, any anxiety that you've built up anywhere in your body. We tend to hold this in our spine quite often. Then moving on, let's think about the discs in between your spine. Spongy discs that provide cushioning. These become compressed quite often, and it can be a painful condition. So I want you to consider those discs, letting them open up, find breathing room for them as well. Inhale and exhale. Moving on. Let's think about that spinal cord. Absolutely vital to everything. The spinal cord can become compressed. So let's think about opening up, letting it decompress, and let that spinal fluid move free, just like you did in your cat-cow. You also have little joints that articulate your spine called facet joints. Breathe them open. And then last but not least, let's consider all the nerves that branch off each and every part of that vertebral column, like a tree. Visualize those nerves opening up, decompressing. Inhale. And exhale. And then from here, if you're happy here, working on releasing the spine, you can stay here. Or maybe you join me in Supine Baddha Konasana, where you press the soles of your feet together and just allow the knees to fall open. Again, this is optional. Find a position that you like better if this one doesn't work for you. Pressing the feet together, bring the hands up and over, shoulders down and back, ribs in, obliques out, sits bones in. Now we're going to engage the core. We're going to engage that core to support and stabilize the spine. Remember, it is not the other way around. We do not stiffen the spine to support the core. Take a big deep breath, inhale, and exhale, and maybe you guide those arms back into deep shoulder flexion. Maybe find a goalpost position here, and that's fine. A bit of rotation in those hips. So here we go. We're going to bring up the right, and then carefully, being really mindful, bring it back down. Let's try that with the left. Bring up the left, and then careful, being mindful mobility, folks. Bring it back down. And just find a flow. Inhale and exhale. This would be considered a Kriya flow. So Kriya is your yoga of action. Kramas would be your progressive flows. This is really more of a Kriya flow. Keep bringing it down. Some people like to consider this also a Vinny yoga flow, an active isolation. Let's do one more each leg. Inhale, keeping that spine neutral, but keeping the core active. Exhale. Okay, last one. Here we go. All right. Now from here, let's take that right leg, bring it out towards the edge of your mat, and then just let that right knee fall in. All right? Relax everything here. Maybe the hands come down, and you're working that internal hip rotation in the right hip. Those internal hip rotators, they don't get enough love, so they become very grouchy. So breathe here. If this hurts your knees, I need you to back away from it or modify it, maybe shorten it. Take a big deep breath. Inhale. Exhale, and then move that right leg up, and then bring the knee back down. Again, back to your Vinny Yoga, aka active isolation, aka Kriya. Keep going. Internal hip rotation, a little bit of external. One more. All right, back to Supine Baddha Konasana. And then you're going to take that left leg, bring it towards the edge of your mat, and then guide that knee in. Okay, you may find that, again, that you have one side that's a bit grumpier than the other. For me, it's definitely this side today. Breathe, inhale. Exhale again. You can always find some shoulder flexion to stretch out through the shoulder systems or back to that goalpost. When you're ready, again, you can stay here, or you can start to maneuver. Leg up and out a little bit, and then back to that internal hip rotation. Keep going. If this bothers your knees, maybe you don't go down too far. Just going to find a really modified flow. Inhale and exhale. Keep breathing. Let's do one more right here. In. Try to relax your ankles. Speaking of ankles, here we go. Feet hip width apart, toes are forward. Let's bring up that right leg. Let's bring up the left into Viparita Karani, or legs at the wall. Arms up, shoulders down and back, ribs in, obliques out, sits bones in. Roll your ankles, folks. Ankles get often ignored to our peril. Maybe you flex your feet and really spread your toes out here. Doesn't matter which direction you go, because in 3, 2, 1, reverse your direction. Remember, the knees are relaxed here. You're relying on your quads, your glutes, your hamstrings, not the knee joints here. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, Hug those legs together, flex your feet, relax the knees, relax the quads, arms are up, shoulders down and back, ribs in, obliques out, sits bones in. You're not stressing the spine out, no stiffening or imprinting of the spine, leave it neutral. And then I want you just to guide your legs down just a little, and then guide the arms back and the hands back. Maybe you stop here. Maybe half an inch or an inch in either direction is good enough. Or maybe you're able and willing, ready, to bring it all the way down. Hello, everything. Flex the feet, relax the knees, squeeze the legs. Maybe start to squeeze your shoulder blades in and go ahead and embrace this. It's a lot of chaos. For 10, 9, almost there, 8, 7, just 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug your knees in. Okay, this is Apanasana, knees to chest. Let's do that again. Knees to chest, that's what I'm trying to get out here. Find a little bit of sway, inhale and exhale. Just 3, 2, and 1. Now you can continue with that nice Apanasana sway, or join me for a single leg bridge lift. So we're gonna start right here. Down and back, arms up, shoulders squeezing together, ribs in, obliques out, sits bones in. So active core, start by pushing your feet in the floor, pushing into all corners, all parts of your feet, lift your hips. All right, adjust the head and neck if needed, but remember there's no stress or strain in that head or neck. If this doesn't feel good on your back, ditch it and find child's pose or Apanasana. If your knees are starting to ache, bring the feet farther away from the glutes to lessen the knee flexion. But if you want a little more quad action, bring the heels in closer, spread your toes, pushing your feet, and lift the hips a little higher. Tug the heels in to get those hamstrings to turn on, and breathe. Inhale. Exhale. This is Setu Bandhasana, Sharvangasana, or bridge. You can stay here. Maybe you're happy with this and you want to stay here exploring this. Or we can find a single leg bridge, lifting up that right leg, pushing deep into that left foot. Spread the left toes. Flex the right foot. Release that right knee, but turn on the quads, glutes, and hamstrings, and hold. Maybe arms come back. Maybe goalpost for 8, 7, just 6, 5, almost there, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, bring it right back here. Okay, down and back to center. Ribs in, obliques out, sits bones in, lift your hips. Press your feet in the floor. Again, arms can come here, here. You can stay there or find single leg bridge. Lift up here, relax the knees. Flex that left foot, push into the right, lift. Woo, yep. Lots of activation here. 8, 7, push into that foot, 6, 5, almost there, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, bring it down to Apanasana. Sway it side to side. Bonus, with this little sway in Apanasana, great way to gently work the obliques and that TA, transverse abdominis, along with the RA, the rectus abdominis. And then when you're ready, maybe grab behind the knees, shoulders down the back, ribs in, obliques out, sits bones in, lift your head, your neck, your shoulders up, and then gaze right at your toes. So drishti point's not going to be here, it's not going to be here, it's going to be here, neutral. You can grab hold of those knees and hug them in. Find egg. And a little egg, a little nucleus here. Take a big breath. Inhale. Exhale. Lifting that chest up to the ceiling. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release and come on down here. Right back to the supine position. Take a big breath. Inhale. And exhale. Hello there. And then come on up here. You can roll to the side or get up any way that works for you. We're going to find, before we finish here, a Shivananda flow. So this is kind of a powerful flow, but it starts out typically in a child's pose. So connect your toes together, turn out your knees, and find your Balasana, your child's pose. Relax into it. I'm going to hold this one for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, from here, you're going to go right back into Lacamas plank. All right, so I want you to find that power. Shoulders down, back, bend the elbows, hug them in, soften the knees, squeeze the glutes, lift the hips, tighten, pack your core, shift your weight forward. Squeezing those shoulder blades together, tighten the lats. Remember, muscles are on, joints are neutral. Hold. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, breathe through this. 13, don't sneak in that low back. 12, yoga with cats is always an adventure. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, child's pose again. So we're going to hold this one for another 10 counts. Back to your balasana. Again, you can always rest the head on top of the forearms here if this is better. I like to swinge my elbows forward and then pull back to stretch into those triceps. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, last part of this flow, reverse plank. So there are a couple ways to achieve this. Tall seated position, down and backwards, and obliques out, sits bones in, lengthening the spine again. You're not going to tilt the chest up. You're going to keep that chest neutral and lengthen out to the top of the head. Bring the hands behind, making sure that the fingers are facing forward. Shoulders down, back, bend the elbows, have them in, and then shine your chest up a little, right here. You can stay here, and this is good. Or maybe you lift into a reverse plank, opening up through the shoulders, widen that collarbone, that clavicle, lift up, bend the elbows, hug them in, Drishti point, right up to the ceiling. You can go into full expression right here. Flex the feet, lift, and hold. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Carefully lower down. Roll out your wrists if needed. And then come on down here. Back here. Connect the big toes, turn the knees out. Take deep breath. Inhale. And exhale. For 10, 9, 8, 7, just 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, that's the end of the Shivananda flow. We can move along into final relaxation. You can grab a pillow to support anywhere you need to support, maybe underneath the shoulder blades, the neck, maybe even underneath those calves to lift up the legs a little. Finding Shavasana. You can roll to the right side, you can roll to the left. You can go back to that child's pose. If you really struggle to slow down though, you might find it helpful to go prone onto your belly. All right, here we go here. Find your position where you need to be. We're able to fully relax, able to breathe. Wherever that is for you, go there right now. You don't have to close your eyes. You can just find a soft, unfocused gaze. And start to listen to that breath. How does it sound? How does it feel? Is your breath heavy, constricted, difficult? Is it easy, free, light? Is it somewhere in the middle? There's not a right or wrong answer. I just want you to pay attention. Inhale. And exhale. Allow yourself to bring your gaze inward. and may help to unspin all of those spinning thoughts, to stop the anxious, fretful, concerning, all of those things that are kind of filling us up right now. Let's put a stop to them right here. Push them away, breathe them out. Inhale. Exhale. All those cares and worries will be waiting for us. But for the next few moments, find a little freedom. Inhale. And exhale. Go a little deeper. Inviting calm. Inviting quiet. Stillness, peace. Maybe you work on slowing your breath. Actively slowing down your heart rate a little here. Inhale. And exhale. Go a little deeper. Start to seek out any stress, tension, anxiety. We tend to hold and store these things in our bodies and our tissues. So start to look for it now. Maybe in your facial muscles, and squint your eyes, relax your jaw. Maybe the shoulders, the spine, the hips, the quads, the knees, the toes. Wherever you are holding and finding that tension. Inhale. Loosen up, exhale. Send it away from you. Don't hold on to it. You don't need it. It doesn't serve you. Go a little deeper. Maybe it would help to visualize Ajna, your third eye. This is your pineal gland, deep in the center of your brain. Your command center. Maybe you visualize light starting to emanate from that pineal gland. And it grows, expands, pushes out and surrounds you in a nurturing, glowing light. Inhale. Breathe in calm and peace, light. Exhale. What you don't need, what doesn't serve you. Maybe you're able to go a little further today. Maybe you're willing to let go of painful things, heavy emotional weight, self-doubt, self-defeatism, negative self-talk, anger, fear, resentment. All of these things hold you back. Inhale. Loosen them up. Exhale. Send them away. Away from you. Don't choose them. Choose to let them go. You've created all this space, so let's fill it up with what you do need. Light, love, gratitude, joy. Those things are all around us, so that they can be hard to see. Maybe you visualize right here, right now, what brings you light and love, gratitude and joy. Maybe it's friends, family, hobbies, work, pets, the animals in your lives, whatever it is. Breathe it in here. Fill up every atom, every cell, and then exhale what you don't need. Go a little deeper. Go a little calmer. Let your light grow and expand a little more. Inhale. And exhale. Remember who you are. You are strong. You are of value, of worth. You are enough. You are beautiful. You are all of this and so much more. Inhale. And then exhale what you don't need. And remember, we are powerful. And our power resides in our ability to choose what we do, what we hold close, and what we nurture. Inhale. And then exhale. Find a few quiet moments to listen to that breath and go as deep as you can. life in those limbs. But if you are not ready, I invite you to stay right where you're at until you feel like you are. Join me in Virasana, kneeling posture, or Sukhasana, that easy pose. And let's find our ceiling breaths. Inhale. And exhale. All that you need. Light, love, gratitude, joy. Bring it to your heart. And again, inhale. And exhale. One more time, big breath. And out. And then maybe pause one more moment. Close your eyes. Inhale. And exhale. Namaste. Namaste means the light in me honors the light in you. Thank you for joining me today for our Vinyasa Hatha Power Flow. Hopefully it helped you to relieve some of that stress and that anxiety. Keep reaching out to each other. I know that we're physically apart now, but keep showing love to each other and making sure that everyone around you is okay. Thanks again, folks, for joining me, and I'll see you next time.